Hey guys, I'm back here again from C&H Smallings. I got a quick video here for you guys. One of my biggest requests is like people asking about oil changes and stuff like that, and they have like a difficult time doing like a snowblower because of some kind of like a drain plug or drain tube problem or something like that, and they can't get to the oil correctly, and the oil goes everywhere. So I just want to show you what I did on this guy's machine right here. This is the machine we were had in here about a day ago. This is the Toro 521. I put a test carb on the machine over here, and I was also doing the oil change on here because we stuck a test carb from a I think it was some other machine over here, so we can actually do some of the routine maintenance on it for that, because the guy's oil hasn't been changed in quite some time on this machine, and we did have a test carb we stuck on here to do a function test to make sure everything's okay on the machine for like the drive belt system and stuff like that on this unit right here. Plus also take off the belly pan and make sure the pressure plate and everything else is okay underneath the machine. And the carb we stuck on here right now, it does not have the primer bulb system on this one here specifically for that, so there's no attachment to put the tit end on here for the primer, so it's basically null and void. So the only way to choke the engine is to manipulate the actual choke lever right there for that. And the thing is, if you do want to do an oil change on machines like this one right here, where they have the drain tube, it's right next to where the actual wheel is going to be, your tire wheel area right here for that. I do recommend removing the tire and wheel assembly right here for that. I got it off right here off the actual shaft. All you got to do is just remove your key on here. This one has the key. It actually locks in place on here. You have two positions on your shaft down here, right here as well too. So typically it goes in one or two holes right here, and just remember which hole you put it in when you actually take it off right here for that. And by doing that, you remove the tire and wheel assembly from having it in the way of your dipstick on this specific model. This is the Toro 521 model right here, 521 from Toro. And by having that out of the way, you don't have to worry about having all kind of oil, getting all of your tire and wheel assembly right there for that, because these things have like a relatively short drain plug tube on this one right here for that. And because it's like butt up against your actual wheel here, I'll show you what it looks like right here. This thing is basically butt up against the wheel right here for that, and because of that, it's very difficult to get the oil correctly drained out, because anytime you have a machine like sitting like that out there and the wheel's right up against it right there, it's extremely difficult to get to the wheel assembly right here for that. So let me put the wheel back on here, and I'll show you. I'm talking about exactly right here for that, and I'll show you as it is right now. This is how I do. All I do is take the wheel off, and you take the wheel off the axle assembly. You run for about 10 or 15 minutes outside. Make sure it's nice and hot when you put the oil, or actually when you drain the oil out and put the new oil back in, because you want the oil to be nice and hot, guys. You don't want it to be like lukewarm or cold. Because the oil we just drained out here right now, it's like totally pitch black right here, almost like totally black. The guy has not done any kind of oil change in probably at least 5 to 10 years out here, and it's always a good idea to do the oil change at least twice on these machines right here before that, because you have no idea what's building up down inside a crankcase down there as well too. So let me put my camera down real quick, and I'll show you what the difference is between having it drained like this, and I'll show you what we do here. We just stick the tube underneath there like this, so you have a jerry-rigged way of draining it out as it should be right there for that. So just have the oil go straight down like so. So let me get my camera down here real quick, and I'll show you what it looks like with the wheel put back up on the axle assembly, and how it's perceived to be difficult to get it to drain properly. So hold on here, guys. Okay, get this thing off here real quick, and we'll put that back on there. Okay. Okay, get up on there. Okay, there we go. Good now. Okay, guys, hold on. Here we go. Sorry about the delay here for you. Now you see it as it is with the axle attached with the tire on here, as I said before. You have the tire is clearly in the way right here for that, and there's no You know, a real good way to actually drain, like you know, have some kind of a pipe coming out of there and having it go over to like the left or the right way right here for that. And that's why I strongly advise to remove your your tire and wheel assembly from the axle shaft. So if you have a machine like this one right here, this Snowblower, and you cannot simply drain it out where the oil is going to go all over the place out there for it, just take the wheel off on there and it'll do perfectly fine doing that. Just like prop it up on an angle, because once you take off the tire and wheel assembly, the machine's going to shift on a slight angle, so you have a better drain. It'll be easier to drain all the oil out of the machine right there for that. And always make sure the engine is running for at least, I'd say at least 10 to 15 minutes, because right now it's about 30. It's about 30 degrees outside right now, so it's going to take at least 5 to 10 minutes to heat the engine up, considerably, so the oil is going to be nice and hot. You want the oil to flow, relatively good. You don't want it to come out like molasses or something like that. So that's my, cheap and dirty way to do a fast oil change on a snowblower right there. It only take about maybe 10-12 minutes. You just let the machine run for about 10 minutes, pop the wheel off on the machine, and drain the tube out with the your what I'll call the funnel right here for that, and you're basically done in about 10-12 minutes. So all you need to do is have the proper tools. You need a wrench of some type, open and close wrench. You also need your drain pan as well too, and that's all you need. It only takes about about 12-15 minutes right there for that, if you want to take your time on it for that. So other than that, if anybody has any comments, questions, whatnot, that's how I recommend doing a quick and dirty oil change on a snowblower, where you have your tube and it's in the way and your tire is basically blocking a good line of sight to where it's coming out there, and you don't want to cause any kind of mess, or you don't want any kind of oil leaking down to your drive system where your belts are at, or underneath your traction drive, like a pressure plate on this one right here for that, guys. So feel free to drop me a message if you have any questions about this, and I'll try to get back to you within 24-48 hours with some kind of an answer. I'll see you guys, and have a nice day.